My wife came out and talked about how we split things 50-50 in our home. She recently came out and she said that she's in her soft era now.
I want these two, Gabriella Union and Dwayne Wade. I want them to leave us out of the group chat.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is Gabriella Union and her husband Dwayne and the 50-50 conversation. Anyway, we all know I posted a video about a week ago of Gabriella Union coming online to talk about on a podcast how she's in a soft girl era now and she doesn't want to go 50-50. That's her trying to come back from what she said a couple of months ago, sometime last year, where she said she and her husband go on 50-50 on everything, and she was really proud of saying that. Anyway, if you haven't seen the video of Gabriella Union saying she's in a soft girl area and she doesn't want to do 50-50, that going 50-50 was a trauma response for her because she has always been in charge of stuff and things she could not let go of control. Please, I'll link it down in the description box. Go check it out so you get full context of what the husband is talking about and what people are reacting to. So now the husband was on the show and the conversation came up again. And it was like, you know what? Yes, she's in a soft girl era. And when initially she said she wants to go 50-50, I didn't object because that's what she wants. Because mind you, a lot of people were coming for him that he makes a lot more money than her. Why will he even allow her to go 50-50 with him? But he's saying that he did it because that's what she wants and that's what made her feel safe. And then that now that she said she's in a soft girl era, that he's cool with it to provide 100%, but she should know that they will be downsizing, that they have to stay in a smaller house. Anyway, guys, this is a strike conversation and I had people talking. So let's go check out the video, what he said, the interview, and then people's response to it, and then we'll come back and talk more.
My wife came out and talked about how we split things 50-50 in our home.
Yeah.
And so it became a big conversation about, you know, men and women who splits 50-50, who pays the bills and all these things. And then she recently came out and she said that she's in her soft era now, that she don't want to do 50-50 anymore. And I'm the kind of person, Jenna, that when my wife came to me and, you know, we had a conversation about not everything 50-50, but, you know, buying our house together, doing certain things for our family together in a 50-50 you know, situation, I was like, sure, baby. Yeah. If that's what you want to do. And if she come to me and she say, I don't want to do it, I'm like, sure, baby. If that's what you want to do. Now, the house may be a little smaller. Yeah. If we just going off my salary. Yeah. But it's all good. She's in her soft era. And I understand when we moved from Miami, we moved to LA, that's when we went to 50-50. And not in all things, everybody. Like, I pay for a lot of things. But in the big things. And a lot of it is my wife has went out and she's been working on her entire life since she was 19 years old for her own things. And so, you know, we kind of had a conversation. She was like, well, I can pay that. And I was like, well, do your thing then. But my wife came out and talked about how we split things 50-50 in our home. Yeah. And so it became a big conversation about, you know, men and women who splits 50-50, who pays the bills and all these things. And then she recently came out and she said that she's in her soft era now, that she don't want to do 50-50 anymore. And if she come to me and she say, I don't want to do it, I'm like, sure, baby. If that's what you want to do. Now, the house may be a little smaller. Yeah. If we just going off my salary. Yeah.
Gabriella Union said this right on a podcast a few weeks ago. She said her being super independent and wanting to go 50-50 and handle things on her own sometimes was a trauma response. The feminist mindset, that super independent woman mindset, backfire and slap them in the face. A few years ago, she was a feminist, don't need a man, I can do whatever, to backtrack. She's backpedaling. Don't know how hard it is to be a man until they're in men's situations. Until they're in manly situations, just like this situation right here. Now, D-Wade's like, all right, now, hey, it's time to downgrade houses if we're going to live on my shit. We're going to live on my income only? Oh, we're downsizing. For sure. I'm just glad that she admitted that she was wrong. That's it.
I want these two, Gabriella Union and Dwayne Wade. I want them to leave us out of the group chat. Remember last year, she was on a podcast somewhere talking about she has anxiety because she has to pay 50-50. They split their bills 50-50. For somebody who's living under a rock, This is her husband, who's a former successful professional basketball player. Yes, she used to be an actress, but obviously his money and her money are not the same. So they split 50-50% of the bills, and she said she was responsible for all the clothes for the daughter. She has one kid with him, and he has 2 or 3 kids with his previous wife, and he took custody of all those kids from the wife, and the wife went cuckoo for a minute because she didn't think he would leave her and do her dirty like that. But that's a whole nother video. Fast forward, the internet was like, what the hell? As you know, natural reaction we all would have, like, huh? Fast forward now, last week and turn to this week, she was on a podcast of saying she has anxiety because she felt like she couldn't really come up with her, like she was drowning and try to keep up on paying 50-50 of the 50-50 of their bills. And we're like, why are we back at this again? Like, leave us alone. I'm glad you heard the internet that it sounds cray-cray. So now let's move on. Take it, kitchen table talk. Like, go home and take care of that. That's just kitchen table talk. Fast forward, he's on with Jenna and Friend this week. And he showed his man bag, how he's OCD and what's in there. And the conversation got to him and her 50-50. Now look. So, she doesn't, she does 50, whatever she wants, he goes with. She want to do 50-50. They don't have to do 50-50. But if she wanted a bigger house, he would have to contribute. And I'm like, we're not talking about us who's living over here in this tri-state area where a house that would normally be like 300,000, now it's like over $500,000 and then some, where you need both income to be able to get something, depending on what your profession is. Like, they sound stupid. Take us out of the group chat. I'm glad y'all got that stuff situated. You guys got bigger fish to fry. Leave us out. We don't want to be in your group chat. Gabrielle Union girl, do you need help? Wink if you need help. Ever since he had left the wife and then he was doing her dirty and he didn't want to give her money, he took the kids away from her. The kids at one point did not have access to, the mother did not have access to the children. I was done with him then. Like, to me, they can just go somewhere and live their fabulous life, or their 50% life. Just go.
So my wife came out and talked about how we split things 50-50 in our home.
Yeah.
Bro, women fought for these rights that I believe they should have had in the first place. But now women are saying they don't want to work, right? What was the point? That's all I want to know. What was the point? Because now y'all saying y'all don't want to work, and if he's not paying all the bills, he's not a real man, and all of this stuff. But y'all fought for the right to work. Like, men have been taking care of y'all, but then y'all fought for the right to work. You know what I'm saying? Which, once again, I believe y'all should have had the choice. And then now y'all saying, well, if I have to work, then you're not the one for me. If you're not making all of the money, if you're not the breadwinner, you're not the one for me. It doesn't make sense, yo. It's like we're playing this everybody's a winner game with women. You know, pacifying women. We're still pacifying women, even when they make their own decisions. Oh, we're going to make you feel like you're doing something. When in reality, women should have just fought for the right to do everything except work. Get an education, make decision making. You should have just left out working when y'all fought, like, for your rights. Because for men like me, you know, I'm for human rights. It doesn't, logically, none of this makes sense. But now women are using that again, like weaponizing that against men. Like, y'all can get your own money, but now y'all weaponizing it against men. If a man don't pay all the bills, he's not a real man. Y'all need a provider. So y'all well, yeah. So the ancestors, the women who before times who fought for women's rights didn't think of this. Like they didn't, as smart as y'all are, those women didn't think, you know what? We have a feeling. It's always this intuition women talk about, except when it comes to like logic. You know, women didn't say, yo, we got a feeling women are in the future are gonna actually fight against this. So it'll be pointless to, you know, want to fight to work. Or, you know what? Let's fight to work until, you know, we leave college, right? Women can only work until they graduate college, because after that, women are going to be like, well, now I need a husband to pay all of the bills. Like, we need to stop this. Stop pacifying women. We're in reality. This conversation shouldn't even be here no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like arguing about slavery or something like that. Slavery is done for. Let's make it right. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to make right with women getting their rights and now arguing against the very thing they fought for. Like, come on, bro. It's literally the same thing as black people, like, coming out of slavery, fighting to leave slavery, finally getting their just due request, and black people saying, but you know what? I still want to be a slave though. If you ain't making me a slave where I ain't got to go to work and make my own money, then you're not a real white person. None of this makes sense.
Exactly. He doesn't make sense. Like, let me know if you think he made sense so far. Please let me know, because apparently he still doesn't get why women fought so that they can work, earn their own money, be their own person, than depending on a man. He still doesn't understand. And why a man in a relationship, in marriage, should provide for his family. He doesn't understand. Can somebody explain? But anyway, let me know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we'll do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts, okay? We're not here to tussle, we're just here to have conversation, okay? So here's my own take on this whole Gabriella Union, our husband. I agree with that, sister. At this point, I feel like these two should leave us out of their marriage. Like, they are feeding us with so much information that we did not ask to know. We don't want to know. We don't really care. You get it? But for the sake of conversation, we're going to have it. The fact that Gabriella Union's husband, Dwayne, is saying that if he has to, everything has to be on him, that means they have to downside. You can see, ladies, I feel like this is a typical thing a man would do. Say, okay, if you're not going to contribute, that means we can't live the good life that you want us to live, even though they can afford it. You get what I'm saying? So that's why, like, as lady, like, I personally, you guys know how I feel. Like, I have trauma for provider men. I have trauma for a man that will provide for me 100%, keep me at home. I have serious trauma because that's what my father is. My father is 100% provider. So I've said it a couple of times, and I saw that dynamic, how it played out with my mom, and I don't want to be in that place where I am 100% relying on a man. But to pay 50-50 on the mortgage and things that are in the house, the mortgage, the roof over our head should be on you because you are the head of the house. But the fact that he is telling her indirectly, like, because you are not contributing anymore, that means we need to downside. That speaks a lot, ladies. That speaks a lot. And for me personally, I feel like Gabriella will still do 50-50. She coming back to say, oh, she's in a soft girl era. She doesn't want to. She came to do that because we were giving her backlash. And some people, and I remember the video I did a couple of days when she said that, saying, I was happy because whether we like it or not, as we keep having this type of conversation and calling out this type of behavior, where men put women in that place where they're not adding value to the woman, but rather the woman is the one pouring and pouring into that relationship, into that marriage. And we are able to really emphasize on those things and allow women to think. Not just, we're not telling a woman leave your relationship, leave your marriage, but when you see those things, you are not able to think. And that's exactly what we did for Gabriella Union, pointing out certain things out. And I feel like she saw it like, okay, I think, yeah, these people are actually right, and that's why she decided to compare. So even if she's not doing it in reality, but yeah, the message was sent and it was received accordingly. So for me, that's what and that's why I will keep on speaking on things like this, because a lot of women will say they don't know, or it will not click until they saw just one video that paints the scenario exactly the way where they are, and it clicks for them and let them know, like, really, what are you really getting out of this relationship? What is the need for you in this relationship? Because a lot of the time, ladies, we are the ones that keep on pouring and pouring. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a relationship, being a marriage and all that, but the main thing I'm saying here on this channel, and I keep want to encourage women, is to center yourself, put yourself first. Ask yourself, how does this benefit you? If you want to have kids, ask yourself, how does having kids benefit you? Don't do it because you want to keep a man, or because you want to have a man, or because you want to have a family as society has made it seem. Because at the end of the day, you will just drain yourself, give yourself a lot of anxiety, worry, thought why that man is living his best life, while you're cooking, cleaning, doing everything, organizing his entire life, putting his life in order, because that's what they need us for, literally. So for me, I felt like he just came to say, just to back his wife up and to get the yappers like us off his wife's ears. Felt like that's why I did it, and honestly, I don't care at this point. And then the last creator, the last brother that I was talking about, women fought so that they can work, and now they still want the man to pay the bills 100%. What does he understand? That women fighting for their freedom, for them to be an individual, how is that a problem? How is that a thing, or depriving a man from providing? I was not saying that men should provide. For me, I'm a big advocate, like, provide, but I'm going to have my own, and I'm going to run my things the way I want to run it. But there are certain things in the household that should be on you. I should not be married to you and you have so much money, and then I have financial anxiety over my finance. No. It should not even be a thing. And the fact that women have a voice, women are making their money, that has made women to be able to make decisions for themselves. Because a lot of the time, our mothers, our grandmothers, they were coerced into being with a man. They have to be with a man. They didn't have a choice. We working, earning our own money, gave us a choice, the same choice that you men have. So we decide if we want to be with you and all that. And we saw how those type of relationship with our grandparents, our great-grandparents, how it plays out, where the women, they were in the relationship because they need to be in the relationship, not because they want to be in the relationship. And that's not a way to live, because this led to a lot of these men and husbands and partners to abuse a lot of these women, both mentally, physically, financially, and even emotionally. So this one is telling women not to work so that men can provide, and just so that you people can continue abusing us. Like, are you for real? Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. Share your thoughts. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that'll be you supporting this channel and this guy. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.